Stuart Scott's a guy that, I've always looked up to as a sports fan. He's a guy that you almost feel like you're talking to him like you're talking to one of your boys, and he's on the TV. He's a famous guy. And the way he delivered it, the way he did it, just a Class A guy. And it's just sad to see someone go at such a young age, only 50 years, not even 50, 49 years old. And, a lot of respect to Stuart Scott and, the best to his family.
All right, thanks, Zach. I see you representing with your Eagles hat.
Yes, sir. Next year we'll be back. Don't worry.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Niners. You guys got lucky at the last minute.
Oh, we got y'all, man.
Hey, let our peoples know where you from.
I'm from Philly, but now I live in South Jersey, right over the bridge in Woodbury, New Jersey.
And tell the people what our connection is.
One of the group members, Julius Prince, I am truly a Prince, put me onto the group about 5 years ago. And then Nene reached out to me last year to come onto the show, and it's been a great relationship ever since.
All right, Zach, man. Thanks. Till next time.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Peace out, Zach.
As we pay respect to Stuart, what's your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts is exactly what Zach said. I would rush home to watch SportsCenter for two guys. Stuart Scott was one and Chris Berman was the other. Just because they were so... Their personality just brought such an excitement to the game, and you wanted to watch highlights over and over. And I think for Stuart Scott, he really broke barriers for black journalists that wanted to come into the game, and they felt more comfortable saying, hey, I can do it because Scott can do it. And he really was a role model for all sports journalists coming up. Wow. And just him being so cool, he was a legend in his own right. And when you go back and look at all the films and you look at all the interviews, we truly lost a sports legend, and we will hurt for years to come from that.
When I first heard the news about Stu Scott, when I saw Hannah Storm make the announcement out, the first thing I thought was, damn, Stuart is dead. And we all grew up watching it, we all grew up watching SportsCenter, and the thing about Stuart Scott is he was that brother that you knew at the barbershop. He was the brother that you knew at the ball game where you guys can just talk about the game and talk about life throughout the whole time when you're there. The thing about Stu that I'm always going to remember is the class that he had, the ability to bring our culture, our history to the airwaves. You know, when you're making Wu-Tang references, and that wasn't even done in '96. For real. And he's going out and saying that you connected with them. It's a huge loss for the industry, and if it wasn't for Stuart Scott, we wouldn't be here doing this today. So he's an inspiration to us all right now.
True. Yes, sir. That's true.
Yeah. We wouldn't be doing this.
That's true.
He said we. Yeah. The part that touched me, I can't say I knew him personally, but it felt like we got to know him personally after the ESPY speech. Yep. And the award he's giving away, he was being honored. But the part that touched me the most was he describing how he had just got out the hospital. Mm-hmm. And then he talked about his daughter being in college second year. Mm-hmm. And he said, just do you. Wow. How selfless is that?
I feel differently than Q, because what Stuart brought, he left. And that's why he reached out to every analyst that he touched. You know, he would send, emails to him, and he left his legacy. And so they feel a responsibility to bring it like that. I agree. So as long as he put himself out there like that, man, I think that, we're in a good place. And the other guys that's on, they're going to take it to another level. So, shout out to Stuart Scott, man. Rest in peace.
I mean, first off, I want to say R.I.P. Stuart Scott. I mean, I grew up just like everybody else. We grew up watching SportsCenter, rushing home, see the late night SportsCenter. I used to get in trouble because I used to go to sleep with the TV on, hearing the highlights back to back. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how it was, man. He was like that kind of, like everybody said, the kind of dude you could just run up to and just chop it up with. You know what I'm saying? He'll be cool, like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it was that about him, you could just feel it. Like it was just real. It wasn't no fakeness to it. You know what I'm saying? And like with the the analysts on ESPN right now has been saying they've been like Carrie Champion. I watched first take a lot. She's talking about she didn't really know him that good, but when she first got there, he was the first person that sent her an email like, what can I do to help you? Do you need anything? And you gonna enjoy your time here? And just a real cool person. You know what I'm saying? It makes you feel like you lost somebody too close to you. So I mean, it's a sad time right now for his family especially. I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't even believe it. It just hit so hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? You after the SB speech, you knew it was coming. Yeah. But you know how death is. That shit just comes so fast, man.
You knew
it just comes so fast.
He talked about death.
Real talk.
He said you don't lose to cancer.
Yes.
Like, it's the way you live.
How you live.
Right. How you live.
Yeah. And you could tell he lived right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And we're gonna give a moment of silence to Stuart. And in the words of Skip Bayless, how he said it, the show must go on.